Power Hour, John Lee.
So, Rocky Marciano, he wasn't a boxer. 23, he walks into a boxing gym, says, I want to be a boxer. And he was hard as nails. I mean, his punching power was just ridiculous for the size of him. The man had no fear. How can you sleep before a heavyweight title fight? And he did. He'd just go, okay, his head down for half an hour before the fight. And then go out and just do the non-stop wrecking ball. He just had his own style of fighting that worked really well. He actually knocked out Joe Louis in brutal fashion, and it was sad to see Joe Louis sprawled out like that. But, I mean, from my opinion, Rocky Marciano was just doing his job. 49 fights, 49 wins, 43 by KO. No draws, no losses. The only one in history to retire undefeated. Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay was his name, his given name. Changed it to Muhammad Ali, the opposite of Joe Louis. He in fact called Joe Louis an Uncle Tom, which between black men is a very, very strong insult or accusation. He fought Sonny Liston, and everyone thought Sonny Liston was going to kill him because he was a beast, he was a bully, he was a monster. And Cassius Clay destroyed him, smashed him up. Even though he put something on his gloves and rubbed it in Cassius Clay's eyes so he couldn't see for a few rounds. And he became the world champion, banged him again. A lot of people think that was a fix, I'm not sure. Rumble in the Jungle. And he absolutely battered George Foreman. And when you hear people who don't know about boxing talk about that fight, they'll say, oh yeah, he just punched him once in the 8th round after getting bullied. He didn't. He schooled him in every round. He was tormenting him and taunting him. Come on, George. Is that all you got? He had plenty in the tank when he knocked him out, when he knocked George Foreman out. And George Foreman didn't. He couldn't get up. He beat him. Iron Mike Tyson. Black shorts, black trainers, ready to rock. And just smashed the hell out of everybody and scared everybody. And he changed the game because he made it box office. Berbick fight, the Trevor Berbick fight where Mike Tyson becomes the youngest ever heavyweight champion at 20 years old by damaging the big Trevor Berbick. So between Robin Gibbons and her mother and Don King on the other side, they just minced him up. Forgot Buster Douglas is a big, hard bastard and he's a good boxer. Don't take your eye off this kid. And Mike Tyson did, and he got punished and he got beaten up and knocked out. And that was it, really. Then he does 3 years in jail for rape. He comes out, he fights Holyfield, loses, fights Lennox Lewis, loses. But in 2020, he's doing all right. He's just fought Roy Jones Jr., he looks good. So fair play to Mike for coming back. Although, really, he has done some bad things. The Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. So he's from Manchester. Boom, big up your chest. Doesn't make me biased at all. He's got several brothers. They all go out in the street and knock shit out of each other every time they've got a problem. That's how they solve the problems. He came up through that, became a professional boxer, never lost a fight, and he gets his shot at Klitschko. And he's given no chance by the experts. Not the case at all. Tyson Fury gave him a boxing lesson. He took him the distance. I think he won every round. I don't think Klitschko won a round. And he got slapped about. He comes back. He was at suicide point. He nearly committed suicide. And he heard that. He didn't. And he comes right back down. He loses all that weight, gets his mind right, gets his body right. The gypsy from Manchester, grew up in a caravan, got up. The only man ever to get up from that kind of punch from Deontay Wilder. And then he proceeded to school Deontay Wilder. He really showed him up and embarrassed him. And when they gave it as a draw, everyone booed Deontay Wilder. They booed him. And he comes out, Deontay Wilder, looking like some kind of trick-or-treating knobhead. And when he took his stupid costume off, he got battered. Don't be fucking doing this on television, about me in front of my kids, because this is what you get. You get a beating.